Hello and welcome everyone to this very special holiday episode of Exponential Potential. And today I'm joined by the wonderful Claire Oatway. Hi, Claire.
Hey, Jen.
We are diving into a topic that feels especially close to our hearts at this time of year, focusing on what really matters during the holiday season.
That's right, Jen. I mean, the holidays can be such a beautiful time. And hey, look at the backdrop that we've got today if you're watching. But they're also full of challenges. I'm definitely feeling it again, overcommitment, overspending, high expectations that it's meant to be a really exciting time, but it leaves us feeling anything but merry and bright. So we want to just help you guys and us pause, reflect, and find the joy and meaning that often gets buried under all the hustle and bustle.
Yeah, I think this episode it's all about giving ourselves permission to slow down.
Yeah.
That we're all at that hustle and bustle, but to really give ourselves that permission to slow down and create space and let go of the struggle and let go of the things that are no longer serving us and shifting that focus to what truly matters. And that's, for some of us that might be spending time with loved ones. For others, it might be running to the hills to escape. But certainly including moments of self-care or simply creating space for gratitude and connection.
Yeah, and as well as it being a celebratory time, it's winter, and
Mm.
that's a natural time for pause. So we're going to be sharing our personal reflections from this year, our insights, and some powerful questions that can help you navigate the season. Yeah, but also open up that lighter heart, more intention. So grab your favorite holiday drink, whatever that is, cozy up, and let's take this journey together.
Yeah, I want that we can really focus on unwrapping the joy and connection that most of us crave at this time. Just before we dive in, we don't do this often enough on the show. Um, we're talking about reflection, and in that reflection is celebration. So I just want to share a little bit with the listeners about who we are and why tune into who we are and how do we know what we're talking about. So Claire is on a mission to ignite leaders and entrepreneurs to embrace their full potential by fusing bold ideas, deep purpose, and practical action so that they can create a future that's vibrant, resilient, and full of possibility. That
It's
sounds
tingly,
that
tingly.
sounds yeah, it is. That's like razzle dazzle. That just feels my cells are just tingling reading that. That's just
Well, and right back at you. So Jennifer, aka Zen Jen, empowers women to create sustainable, fulfilling success, specializing in helping women rapidly and permanently break free from anxiety and swiftly release overwhelm and bounce back from burnout. It's just beautiful. Through Jen's proven unique approach, she brings irreversible change and extraordinary, tangible, lasting results. And Jen, you do hide your light under a bushel because you've got over a decade of experience. You're a certified expert transformation coach, international best-selling author, which you definitely don't shout enough about, and a Reiki master, passionate about helping women flourish and live a life they truly love.
yeah.
Just They're awesome.
Yes. And that I think that's going to come out in terms of we get to later on, we get just a little sneak peek, but we get to intention setting later on. And
Yeah.
I think what you've just said for both of us, it'll come out in what kind of legacy we want to have in 2025 and the intentions we want in 2025.
So let's dive in.
Yes, yeah. I think one of the first things to help people come back to what's important is gratitude. and we talk about gratitude a lot, and it's one of the fastest ways to be able to shift your energy from feeling lack and not good enough or things not working out for you. It's one of the fastest ways that you can shift your energy and lift yourself up and feel more positive, and not just but be more positive. So what are the have you got a few little gems, Claire, about some of the things that you're really grateful for, some of the people in your life or moments or lessons that have brought you some growth and joy?
Oh, Jen, my values are really around growth and adventure and family. You know that about me. And in terms of this year, I've just been blessed. Had some amazing adventures in Geneva, France, Istanbul, LA. It's just so the travel alone and kind of just getting to experience some of those cultures just been phenomenal. I'm just so excited about those opportunities, and yeah, how I've combined that with family, especially, and with friends to just feel vibrant. That's definitely one of the big areas for me this year.
Mm.
Professionally, it's been fantastic. I've been working kind of multi award winning this year. And again, that's another thing don't shout out about, but there you go, multi award winning this year. Um, so professionally, that's been going really well. I've been doing some great work with Cambridge Uni and the Financial Times on. I know it's just like massive on a real flagship strategy course that they've been running, and so I think this is one of the reasons for reflecting is when you look back, it's like, oh, what have I done this year? It's like, oh, what have I done? It's been amazing.
That has been amazing. And I didn't know about the Financial Times. So, women are so good at hiding things under that bushel. And it's time for us to step out and shine our light and have a bigger impact on the world and dream big. I think that's something that comes to me. So anything else you want
Yeah.
to add to that?
It's definitely around family and
Mm,
watching Ty grow. He turns 14 soon, but he's really maturing beautifully. He's very balanced. He's settled into his new football team. Um, he's still a teenager, but actually that's blossomed well. And there's a little family with Steph and Enzo. That's been nice and good.
lovely, lovely. It's interesting because you talk about adventure. It's no wonder we're friends and we've connected so well because I love adventure as well. So I'm so grateful for the life that myself and my partner Dominic have created in Italy and the traveling that we get to do here, the ease of travel, and yeah, we've traveled quite a lot around Italy this year. Um, been back to London a couple of times. I love London. I know people go, "Oh," but I do. I truly love London, so I feel very grateful that I'm able to do that. Um, and just the amazing friends that I've met here, and finding like-minded friends as well that get me.
Ah, ah. Finding your
Uh,
tribe.
and also from a professional point of view, making connections and collaborations and the possibilities. And of course, you're included in that. I'm very blessed to for us to have connected and to create what we've created. And the biggest thing in terms of my clients is just the deep sense of reward and fulfillment that I get as I see my clients unfold and flower and blossom and shatter those limiting beliefs to step into their life of fulfillment and deep joy and balance and truly flourish in life. It fills my heart. It really does.
Yeah, yeah, I can definitely relate to
Mm,
to that, and it's a very special relationship that you build.
yes, yeah. And I think for those that are listening, this is a really wonderful time to create space for yourself and really reflect on what you feel grateful for this year. What brings you that deep gratitude and appreciation? Who are they? Is it something that you contribute to? Is your loved ones? What is it that you feel really grateful for?
Yeah. But also, winter's about shedding, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
As well. And
Mm-hmm.
you look at the trees, not these trees, look at the other trees. And so there's a natural shedding, there's a natural dying back that leads to the rebirth, really. So what do you want to let go of that's been holding you back or creating struggle?
I think it's interestingly enough, and this is something that I wasn't aware that did, but I can control things. I know quite a lot of my clients come to me and with wanting to control everything. Um, and I didn't think I had that, but I do. Um, and it doesn't serve me. So when I was in a place of fear of lack, and again, that's something that we've talked about this in other podcasts, and that's one of the things that sort of trigger me. But I was quick to realize what I was doing, and I was trying to control my partner and what he was doing within his work. And I realized what I was doing, and I realized why I was doing it. So it was to I'm letting go of the need. One, I'm letting go of the fear of lack because there is no such thing. I'm stepping into being very aware of the abundance that surrounds me. And when I do that, when I realize what I'm doing and I focus and I tap into the abundance which surrounds me, I then focus on what is working, focus on what I do have in my life, focus on possibility, and it completely shifts the energy. I let go of that control, and things just start to unfold naturally with ease. And it's like a breath, just this beautiful breath of space that comes through and gets me excited and inspired again.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Um,
And
I think
what about
I
you,
can,
Claire? Oh, go
I
on.
can
Yeah.
relate to those aspects for sure. And um, we've been talking off air, but actually I've been exploring ADHD and ADHD traits. So, and I recognize a lot in some of those traits. It helps me achieve so much, but also it means I'm not getting things finished, and it means I'm still on this cycle. So really starting to lean into that and learn more about that, and habits that I can start to build in day out. And in my professional life, with a lot of structure and control, you can mask a lot. But again, when you work independently, the structure goes. And when you're managing multiple projects, just some of the old habits creep through. So I'm really looking forward to uh, examining how that's holding me back, and what I can do. And then the other thing, this will make you smile because you'll be like, oh my goodness me, is I've noticed how much I've grown spiritually in the last 12 months, especially. And I've been exploring many different domains, including Kundalini awakening, and going to a couple of different women's kind of pagan circles, just exploring really. And I noticed that, I mean, when I'm in conversation with friends or business acquaintances, I minimize that. And I kind of go, oh, well, oh, well, oh, well. But actually, that's minimizing the profound impact it has on me. And it kind of blocks any conversations with others that might be spiritually curious as well and on their own journey. So, I need to let go of the kind of minimizing and dismissing. Oh, yeah.
Yes, and I relate to that because I dumb that down a lot. The spirituality and elements I bring through into coaching, and my life. And yeah, it's not about sort of banging on about your beliefs and trying to get other people to get on board with you. But you're right, it's certainly not about minimizing it, and it's one of the things that makes me unique. the blend of the spirituality, but also making it sound, cut, that's not resonating, so that it's relatable to people, and
Yeah.
finding the language around that so it's relatable. So you're not scaring people away with it's too woo woo, but absolutely the profound effect it has on people. I'm so glad that you've explored that route with openness and curiosity, and that you
Yeah.
are reaping the reward and benefit from that. That's amazing. It just, yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, so a good question to ask yourselves, dear listeners, is what do you want to let go of, or what aren't you letting go of that is holding you back? Is it trying to control everything or everyone? Is it people pleasing and perfectionism? Could it be that you're trying to fix everyone, or fix yourself, or fix something that isn't actually broken? Um, and could it be letting go of what the letting go of the worry about what others may or may not think of you?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
huge for that's some of the one of the biggest things that holds women back, isn't it? Worrying about what other people think. So what would that look like if you let go of those behaviors? Because they're all self-sabotaging behaviors. So
Yeah.
it
And on the flip side of that, around expectations, are there expectations that are weighing you down, and expectations
mm,
that you have on yourself that actually they're not from you? They don't serve you. They're kind of society or kind of relational expectations that you're feeling like you should do.
mhm.
Like, the
Yeah.
tip is, if there's any shoulds, you really need to look at them.
Yeah, stop shoulding all over yourself. Those shoulds and obligations. Yes. In fact, I had a client the other day talking, and felt pressure. She felt pressure on her chest. So the question I asked her, because your body tells you everything, and it's one of the things that I really tap into with clients. Where are you feeling pain, discomfort in your body? Because your body is one of your guidance systems. And she said, it's just this really heavy pressure on my chest. And so I asked her, what is it that you're putting pressure on yourself in the world? Where in your external world are you putting pressure on? And it was to do with family. So it was to do with heart and love. And she was putting pressure on herself of trying to fix something that didn't need fixing, and the pressure of having to get that done and get it right.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
it's that's a really good question to ask. Aren't you letting go of?
And because family is such a key element of who we are, whether that's close knit family, whether it's loved ones and partners, whether it's parents or siblings, whether it's friends. Actually, I've got friends who feel like family more than family
Mhm.
at times. I want to really start to examine, what connection means in that sense, especially in this holiday. Because that's maybe a chance to reframe some of these shoulds. What does connection mean to you, Jen?
Connection with my family, well, certainly with Dom, is communication, self-expression, expressing my needs, opening to listen and understanding and compassion to his needs. And that's how I see intimacy as well. Intimacy is not just physical for me. So intimacy is that bond and that space where you can really connect with each other by being very open, and share your dreams and your deepest desires. I think that's, for me, is my first go-to. For family, it's I'm quite distant from my family. I always thought we were close, but we're not as close as I think we are. Um, my dad's going through Alzheimer's at the moment, dementia, and it's causing quite some struggle. So for me, it's just being there to support wherever I can from Italy. and being available on the phone and having honest conversations um, with other family members, and also having fun and joy and laughing and appreciating, especially parents, especially my dad, appreciating and feeling gratitude for the lessons that he's taught me.
Yeah. It's,
And yeah.
it's beautiful. And again, in terms of belief systems, very often there's a soul family that you're connected to, and you're on a mission. And they've signed, you've signed up to experience something in this life, and they've signed up to help you experience something in this life. So it doesn't
Absolutely.
it doesn't come from a negative space, even though at the time it can sometimes feel negative,
Mm,
sometimes feel positive.
mm, mm.
It's all progress.
Yeah.
Mm.
And this year we're going to Portugal to spend Christmas with mum because she's by herself. She lives in Portugal. So the connect with my mum and really appreciating her and what she's been through in her life, and just feeling really grateful and appreciative of that she's still here at 86 years old, that she can still travel, that she can still enjoy life, and just making the most of every moment that I can with her.
Um, I think connection is key, and from a family sense, in terms of it, what I'm noticing is that it's a busy December. There's a lot going on, but what I'm noticing in my day to day with Steph, my partner, and Ty, my son, is that I'm not giving them presents. So I'm kind of like, okay, giving everyone else my time, and I give you my time. What does that look like? And just thinking of different ways that we can do that, together, together,
Mm,
because
it
it
is.
is important and it's unsaid else. Mm.
Yeah, and I think that brings it back to what truly matters, and it's looking at who truly matters in your life and prioritizing spending time with them, and having the courage to say no to those that don't matter. There's a lot of obligation around this time of year, and we feel like we have to say yes to everything. But your time is
Mm.
precious. And being with family or your loved ones, it's not necessarily family, it is precious. So, really making the most of that. And the other thing I just want to bring through is also connecting with yourself
Mm.
at this time of year. We talk about that it is that time of reflection, it's that time of that time of hibernation. So really going within, creating space, however that looks for you, whether that's cozy by a fire with a nice cup of tea, a tea ritual. I know you love those, Claire. I'm enjoying that when I can. Although we've got two, 10-week-old puppies now, so I have to try and fit it in around their crazy schedule. But I
Yeah.
do, I still do. Um, but yeah, connecting within. And also for me is connecting with universal energies and meditation. That's not necessarily half an hour meditation. It's just being still and being
Yeah.
present and allowing space and still creating that stillness in my mind.
Yeah. And noticing.
Hmm.
That's for the universal connection. Every now and again, you get a little reminder that the universe is around you. So the other day, I was driving along, and for the first time in my life, bearing in mind I'm 49, I saw a weasel. It ran across the road in front of me. It was like,
Wow.
what's that? It's like, yeah, it's a weasel. I've actually seen one. And then, kind of yesterday morning, in my normal routine of stretching and fascia work, I noticed the ladybird has moved into our house. It's like it's winter. What are you doing here? So there's
Mm,
definitely that connection that comes out from you to the universe.
mm.
And actually, the universe is there holding you and sending you little notes. We just spot them and say,
Mhm.
"Oh, hello, okay, you can stay."
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is that's a really important point is noticing what's around you. and making the time. Not I don't have the time, making the time to reflect and have some quiet space for you.
Mm.
So I think we kind of get we forget and we feel like we're rushing along with the rapids, as it were, in with a busy stream, and we don't have that time to sort of reflect. But I think it's a really good question to ask yourself is, how do you actually want to feel this holiday season? We're so focused on doing and the
Yeah,
shoulds, but how
yeah.
do you actually want to feel through this season? So how do you
Mm.
want to feel this season, Claire? What do you want to bring through?
Um, I feel that there's so much strange energy around at the moment. I want to have some playtime. I
Mm,
want to giggle. I want to have joy. Yeah, but I want to feel playful this season. Yeah,
mm.
I think
Yeah, I
so.
love that. Yeah. Yes, I want laughter came up for me as well. I want to feel joy, but laugh, a lot of laughter, and in in a peace, um, but also feel that expansiveness of possibility coming into 2025 and for open myself up to receive that possibility, and how that feels in your body is really quite, we talked about tingly earlier on in the episode. It's really, it's spacious, it's tingly, it's excitement. So all of those things um, feel really good to me right now. So yeah, it's good for you to sort of write down and identify the emotions that you want to really cultivate, and then align your actions with those feelings.
Yeah. I mean, we've often talked about intention and choosing a word for the year, and typically it's at the beginning of the year that you do it. But you can start that at any point, and why not start the day looking at your diary and saying, "Is this? How am I going to feel playful in this space? How am I going to bring joy in this space? How am I going to ask an expansive question in this environment?" There's ways that you can start to weave in some of these emotions and and actually prioritize. You have to take action, really.
Yeah. Yeah. So I think in terms of what type of intention do you want to carry through into the new year, or what type of legacy, what legacy do you want to carry into the new year, Claire?
Um, so I think it's around courage for me
Mm,
and action, because I notice that yes, I've been doing a lot of exploring. Yes, I've been learning a lot about my body and techniques and been building quietly in the background, but still, I, I'm not having the courage to be open and go, universe, I, I'm here. I'm here. I want this space. And, it's, yeah, so there's a couple of projects I'm looking at building out further, but part of that does demand me stepping into that space as a great tech entrepreneur, as
mm,
someone who kind of channels spiritual journeys into a space, as someone that ignites that possibility. It's just for the step for me is definitely around the clarity of the purpose and shedding what I don't need in that space. But it's also, I recognize the courage to go, right, this is what I can do. This is what I'm here to do. Join the tribe. Let's do this together. Build from there. Yeah.
mm. Yes, yeah, interesting, because it's similar to mine. I wanted to deepen connections with people, make powerful connections, so that I can make a bigger impact. Again, stepping onto a bigger stage
Yeah.
and putting myself out there more so that I can reach more women, so that we can
Yeah.
all make a, for me, it's making a, creating change and making this world a better place. And I want to bring, work with women that want a similar thing in their lives, whether that's a big way or a small way. So really starting to really live big and
Mm.
not minimize and not hide under a bushel. I mean, I've been doing a lot of that. This podcast goes a long way towards that for both of us. But I want to deepen my connection and collaborate with inspirational women and truly make a difference and make this world a better place. Um, and take that aligned action to do that and be focused on it. I also want to be more conscious of coming from a place of love and compassion and abundance. Um, and all of that is sort of wrapped up into making the impact that I want to make. And I'm doing a lot of background work as well to ensure that I have the right systems and strategies and structures in place to allow me to do that.
Yeah. For sure. To carry it through.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And if
Yeah.
you're listening and you don't know where to start, think about your values and your goals. There are some great value exercises. Dive into our content. We've got plenty of breadcrumbs that can help you along that way. Just think about what you want to prioritize, and sit by the fire, sit by a candle, daydream. Actually, kind of, there's a really strong practical techniques around manifestation, and just go, right, okay, let's bring some life into this space. And you say those small steps. What are the small steps? What's the first thing that you can do? The first small step that you can take, is that declaring to your friend? Is it registering a limited company? Is it calling someone up out of the blue? Or even just looking through your phone list and go, actually, here's 3 people that I think might be able to help.
Mm, yeah.
You'd be surprised what you've already got
Mm,
in your network.
mm. And I think creating a vision of what you want.
Uh,
What does that look like? What does it feel like? What does it look like for you in your business, your career, your home life, your love life? And start to envision it and look at what lights you up and what has you leaning forward and into it. That's always a key. Something has you leaning in, that's where you follow. So I hope this has been helpful. It's been a joy. And maybe it's just a simple vision. Maybe it's just, I want more joy in my life.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Well, I can recommend a good podcast that's got about 117 different episodes of joy. If you need that, just while you do the washing up, we will sort you
yes.
out. We'll be
Yes.
there in your corner fighting for
Yeah.
you. But for humanity, you'd mentioned that one of the things that we have in common is growth and adventure, but actually we're both on this planet to make a difference. We're both here to inspire and ignite and empower and really help women, especially, take their place. Because we need you to. We believe in you. We want to create that space for you.
Mm, love that, Claire. Love it. So thank you so much for sharing this time with us. And we hope that you will use the holidays as an opportunity to reflect and let go and to focus on what truly matters to you. And it's about being present for the moments that count.
Yeah, that's right, Jen. Wherever you are in the season, give yourself permission to pause breathe, and find joy in the little things. Even the ladybird, I can't tell you, this little ladybird is having such an impact on my life. But you'll notice that there are so many little blessings that are there waiting to be seen. So look out for those.
And if this episode's resonated with you, we'd love to hear your reflections. So please comment below or find us on social media. Let us know what you think. Please, and if you think this episode might be helpful for someone else, please share it with them. Let's spread that love, joy, and reflection together. And if you'd like to find out more about Claire or myself, or you have any questions of how you can work with us, feel free to reach out. You can book a powerful discovery call with myself or a strategy session with Claire. And we'd love to help you take the next steps towards creating that life where you really flourish and thrive and where you can make a difference.
For sure, for sure. But for now, Jen, I want to celebrate you. You're awesome. This podcast is awesome. It makes such a massive difference. You make such a massive difference when you show up. So celebrating what matters includes celebrating you and celebrating you listeners. Without you, just you really do make us who we are. So thank you so much from the bottom of the heart.
Thank you, Claire. That was lovely. And right back to you. I enjoy our episodes so much. Really, truly uplift me and fill me with joy. So, wishing you, our listeners, a peaceful, joyful, and reflective holiday season. Take care.
Bye.
Bye bye.